The first InnoSummer projects of Demola are coming to an end. 7 teams have developed their innovative ideas during the summer, and the only thing left is the final pitching event, where the ideas are presented to the customer.
Our project brief was a new digital dimension for guided tours for tourists. So basically our aim was to create a city guided tour for mobile devices. A guided tour has the premise that it's always aimed at the average tourist. But instead we wanted to create a city guide for mobile devices that could adapt to different users' unique personal interests. So it would be more like a local friend, and that's why we entitled it Local Buddy. Well, yes, of course I'm a bit nervous, but I think it's, as I've gone through it a couple of times, now it's starting to go better, but of course one's always feeling a bit anxious and nervous about such a big event.
Well, I thought it was an interesting concept, making a thought-controlled interface and games to go with the interface. So now we ended up having a game pack of 5 games that are controlled more or less by your thought or some other unconditional way. We started doing it for Nokia with our 3-people group, and we started first thinking about what kind of concepts are great in gaming, and then we gave them thought and thought what kind of stuff we could do with the current equipment for thought controlling and what equipment is available, and checked that out. And after that we started to put all things together and made first 1 game, and then ended up polishing the framework and doing 4 more games. Well, the games are now controlled by your facial muscles, such as your temples and jaw muscles, and your head movement, tilting and turning your head, and then your concentration and stress level, which is the most close to actual thought control here, what we have. I feel quite bad leaving them alone here to do the pitching, as I thought that would be like being my core competency here compared to they do the coding and all the programming stuff. But I'm sure they'll be fine. But being a little bit nervous is always part of the thing. It makes it better.
Machinima, which means machine cinema, which is movies made with video game engines. There's a couple of products, upcoming products from Nokia, and they wanted some presentation material for them. Kind of like commercials, but more like videos explaining and showing how to use these products. So we're trying to test if Machinima is a good way of doing this. It's been really interesting. We didn't have any previous experience doing Machinima when we started this project, so this has been a really we have built everything from scratch. We used a couple of weeks of learning the basics of Machinima and which tools to use, so we could have a general idea what we were up against. Our project has been a bit different than all the other projects in a way that, well, for one, we had to take more of a research aspect of it. So we have to take maybe just a bit different angle on pitching than other teams. But no, we're quite relaxed about it and don't take too much pressure, because that shows on the pitching.
I think it was very nice. I had this situation in the spring that I really needed a job, and I managed to get probably the most interesting job I've ever had. So for me it worked out really fine.
I think this worked great, and I hope this would be available for all the other people in next summers as well, because I think this is a great place for young students, especially university or applied science school students to test out their stuff and do their first real project and get the hang of it. What's the stuff like?
When we were starting this InnoSummer project, I couldn't believe that this mind-controlled computer games, that's pretty sci-fi. Like, who can do that? We're students, for crying out loud. And they did. That's pretty amazing. And all the other projects as well. Like, I feel like I'm surrounded by brilliance here in Demola.